Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, Michael. How about you?
I'm doing all right, Andy. Who are you, by the way?
All right, I'm Andy Schiller, and this is Studio C, and we're having coffee on a Sunday morning, and this is the listening room, so I can't wait to share my music with everybody out there, and I hope some of the local musicians around want to participate.
Yeah, and you know, we combined a lot of our stuff. I've got my drum set sitting over there. I've got some stage lights and bass amp, and you know, we're building the studio. And
we basically have a recording studio, but also a video studio, so
yeah,
it's been really fun.
Have a green screen in the back if that's something somebody wants to use, and you know, we're just gonna chit chat.
Let's face it, there's a lot of instruments here. We got an acoustic piano, we got all sort of keyboards. I've got mandolin, banjo, bass, ukulele, all sort of guitars, and so the place is filled with instruments.
I have several guitars and a couple of bass guitars, and a mandotar, which is a 12-string mandolin, because I didn't want to learn a whole new fingering pattern. I'm old and lazy.
That's crazy to want to play something with so many strings, but I played it and it was pretty fun, and it had a unique sound.
It has a very unique sound. You know, and it's a lot of fun to play. And you know, Andy and I both have been musicians for a long time. I've been a drummer for over 40 years, and you have been
I've been a multi-instrumentalist for a long time. You know, I started on violin at age 7, went to lessons, you know, for 10 years. My mom drove me every Tuesday to go take the violin lessons, but you know, then my passion was for the guitar, so when I went to school for music, I studied guitar, but I never lost the passion for wanting to play fiddle.
Yeah, and you fiddle around well.
I fiddle well.
Yeah, you played some fiddle on my last record, Barks Tales 2024.
Right.
Which just came out this past May of 24.
So, you know, I don't necessarily consider myself a super great classical violinist. However, when it comes to bluegrass or improvised solos, or you know, kind of just shredding on a fiddle, I can do it.
You know, and I took guitar lessons from Andy. It's over 4 years now. During the
pandemic,
during the plague, started off on video, and you know, now Andy shares my office, and the rest is history and the future.
And we have plenty of space, and so we wanted to invite local musicians to come check it out. We're Studio C.
You.
And so we got recording capabilities, video studio, and plenty of spaces. We have Studio A, Studio B. Currently we're in Studio C.
Isn't this Sunday morning in Studio C?
Sunday morning in Studio C
with Andy
coffee.
And Mike.
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
And so mine's a cappuccino, actually.
You know, and mine is half caffeinated, half decaf, because, you know, high blood pressure, because I'm old.
So basically, not only do we have recording gear and video gear, and like 6 cameras and 18 mics, but there's also a cappuccino machine, a nice one too.
If you do say so yourself. You know, this whole idea of sharing our thoughts and our words and our worlds with other folks really sounds appealing to me.
Yeah, I remember the pandemic when basically everybody was in their basement and everyone was hiding from society and everybody was kind of lonely.
Yeah.
You know, including myself. Everybody felt it.
Likewise, and that's why I started playing guitar, because I needed something, some project. To feel accomplished, because you know, I'm a people person. I like getting out there. I liked performing on stage. My work involves people, just like yours does.
Yeah, I meet all sort of kids and adults here for music lessons. I teach, you know, full time, and basically I just like to watch kids grow and advance in their skills, and they get better and better and better, and they grow more confident, and they have more fun the better they get at playing their instrument.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, I still do teach some lessons online, but you know, the best growth comes from taking personal lessons and meeting with your teacher and sitting face to face and sharing the sound, because you know, there's always a delay every time you meet online. And
it's hard.
you're trying to jam online, and it's just very difficult because the timing doesn't line up.
No, and so you have to be real creative with your thought process in order to be able to do that. I started a brand new recording project, which I think you're well aware of because you're with me on it.
Tell us more about it.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a series of singles. It certainly will be a series of singles put together in an album format, I guess. And I guess a name I thought of was Barks, Tales, Kibbles, and Bits. And so I've put together this band of superstars to make me sound good.
So this is Barks Tales episode 37 or so. I mean, don't you have several Barks Tales CDs already?
Well, let me think. Barks Wagon Tales, Barks Tales of Whoa, Bark and the Pack is a live one. Barks Tales 60, 20, 24, so it'll be the fifth one.
The fifth
Plus,
one.
Plus I also have 3 recordings as Barker and Broski, and 1 recording as Sunday Morning Light, and then I did some other side projects. I was on Candy Frederick's record playing drums for her. I was on Jonathan Gardner's record playing drums for him. Recently I was on the Nitpickers recording, and I played a three-string cigar box slide guitar on that recording, which was a lot of fun.
Sounded great. It wasn't super loud, but it had a cool tone.
Yeah. You're working on stuff too, aren't you?
So I've got a project with my friend Danny, and it's basically a recording band. We are a studio band. There's not any plans to go out and do gigs right now, but my friend Danny and I, we're working on a project. We basically have enough songs for 2 albums at this point, and I'm sure we'll release them soon.
Double album.
Double album.
Yeah.
So we're not sure what to call it yet. Maybe his idea was to call it DNA. I thought that we'd call it Silicone Diet because it's a lot of electronic. It's like 9 Inch Nails meets Tool. There's some synth sounds in there and some production sounds that you'd hear in modern pop music, plus guitar and bass. So
here's an idea. What if you take one of those as your project name and the other one as the name of the collection of songs?
Yeah.
Because they're both good names.
That's a good idea. So,
wait, DNA.
DNA, Danny and Andy.
Andy.
Yeah, there we go.
That's awesome.
Capital D, lowercase n, capital A.
No ampersand?
Or maybe like a little, what do you call it? Asterisk or apostrophe. But that's not the only project we're working on here at the studio. I'm working on, of course, a finger-picking classical thing, which, I'll play a little bit for you in a bit. But I play fingerstyle and play classical guitar, so I have a solo guitar album that I'm recording again. And that's called Pinnacles.
It's a nice one.
And then I'm also putting together an album of cover tunes, because one of the things I like to do is I play chord melodies fingerstyle on guitar, so I'll play a chord and I'll do the melody and I'll put it all together and I'll bang on the guitar and add the drum part. And so when you put together all those different guitar solo percussive things, it's kind of like an Andy McKee, Trace Bundy, Khaki King kind of thing.
Now, don't you have an amazing vocalist?
Yes, so my wife Angela and I are working on a project. It's called the Schillers, and the idea of it is there's a lot of gigs out there that I've looked for where they said, Andy, you play guitar great and you're looping things cool. However, there's no vocals, so we don't want to hire you for this particular gig because we want someone with a singer. And so my wife is an amazing singer.
Yeah.
And her talent really, that I've noticed, her best talent is if a song comes on the radio, she can, even if she's never heard the song before, she can immediately sing a harmony part. Like literally, she just finds a third above or whatever it is, and she sings along, and she can instantly harmonize without even rehearsing. And so
that's impressive.
And then, I tried to do that, and I can't follow along at her pace. It's like I can't hunt down the harmony notes. I'd have to figure out the key, or what scale are they using, or that's where my mind goes, right? But she doesn't bother with that. She just sings, and the harmony is perfect. And so she's kind of an expert at harmony parts.
Very nice. I'm not much on the technical stuff, but I've learned quite a bit from Andy, and at least I understand the scales. I understand the note structures, like the keys, the different keys, and I understand how those work.
The national numbering system and stuff like that.
I also know how to break those key codes.
Right.
Yeah, which I have a lot of fun doing.
You can't always follow the rules.
Is this the same key?
Right. Okay, so in that song, you're in the key of A minor. And then when you get to the chorus, you switch to the key of B flat. And, Rick Beato would probably say, hey, great job, because you modulated up a half step. Okay, you don't have to know what that means to understand that. The whole song has a rise, and so it progresses, it travels. And so when you change key like that, it's a refreshing moment.
Well, thank you. And I didn't even think about it like that. I thought, hey, this sounds cool. That just sounds cool to me.
It's a cool chord progression.
Yeah. I actually used that on the second most recent song that we recorded in studio. This is a different project. My first couple of records, just Dave Roof and I recorded. I mean, he did the hard work. I just played drums, wrote the words, and sang. He did everything else on the first two. And so we're at Dave's studio, and I put together, like I said, an all-star band with Andy on guitar, electric guitar. This dude named Phil Mack, who's an amazing DJ out of Henry Ford College in Dearborn, and then Dave Roof on bass. And I kind of call it a power trio, and then me.
Yeah, power trio plus the singer.
But that was a song called Webs, which I had a lot of fun with.
And that's part of the Michigan Resistance Project, or is that a different project?
That's the Albatross.
Okay.
Or just Albatross.
Right.
And so this is just a song that, I wrote these words because, I'm a mental health therapist. And I've met so many people who are just awesome, amazingly cool people, who have terribly low self-esteem. And so the chorus I wrote was, did you ever wonder how the web weaves together the story of your life? The story you tell yourself is not the life other people see. You might,
That's deep.
You might tell yourself that you're not good or not talented or not, whatever. But that's not what people in your actual circle see. People see the person as a wonderful human being.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there, some worse than others. There was also a time in my life where I constantly scolded myself.
Yeah.
My self-talk was constantly what you're describing,
Yeah.
And I had to change, what the voice in my head was saying to myself. And so this song really, speaks to that when you're in that place in your life, so...
Music is about feeling good. I mean, I write goofy words too, like I was a teenage remote control. That's kind of goofy.
The jackalope.
The jackalope. That's a funny one too. But again, we as musicians are storytellers. Whether it's the words that carry us where we can go, or just the instrumentals can take us so many different places that we've never been before.
Yeah, in fact, I think we should play this song right now.
Okay. Maybe I'll play without the pick so I'm quieter, so that my voice doesn't get lost. you look around, don't know how you got to this place. Webs are woven, tied and buried. Our paths are not carved in stone. No pretense will replace dignity, each day more precious than the last. We can change the pattern of all we need. Being mindful opens a new flame. Give the outro twice.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. You know what I'm really happy about? I don't think I screwed up.
Hey, you know, it was like we had practiced or something.
Weird.
That was sort of off the cuff, but
But that's one of my brand new songs, and I've got some meaningful ones coming up,
it's a
and
really good song.
some goofy ones coming up.
Cool. So, you know, this space just really makes singer-songwriters like, this is kind of a, it just has the right vibe for a guitar and a voice. you know.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not sure that we have enough space for like a 12-piece band, or
I mean, unless they're all standing like this.
we'd all have to be in different rooms. Although, you know, we could do that because they're
Yeah.
in different rooms. But the vibe here is just kind of, if you have an acoustic guitar and you can sing, I mean, we can really capture the voice, the video, so it's nice and quiet here. I mean, listen. Do you hear any trucks driving by, or
No.
there's not like any noise? It's just perfectly quiet. So
Yeah, and we're really going to develop this project, and it's going to become, a great gathering place for, for our peers, our friends,
certainly,
and maybe even new friends.
you got it. So if you play music and you're looking to record your music or make yourself a video, then get in touch with us.
And yeah,
All right. So here's
You're gonna
another
play
thought.
something.
So I'm going to play some guitar, and I haven't decided what song that I want to play, but maybe I'll just do a couple short things. So how about I start with just like an original piece? Okay, so I'm going to play an original piece. This is from Pinnacles. So this is just a fingerstyle solo guitar thing that I came up with. And I originally thought that I would call it Ode to Khaki King, because she's like my idol. But anyway, so that's a terrible title, so let's call it something else, right? So,
yeah. How about Ode de Smell?
how about, I was thinking of just calling it Queen Catherine or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
And so, shout out to Khaki King, my guitar picking guru. And here it goes. There's the short version. Thank you. Good night.
Wow, that was amazing. I kept just watching your thumb.
So that's just based on, like a finger picking pattern that just goes, and then you play different chords.
It's easy for you to say, man.
Right. Okay, let's see. Let's do something else. So, and I have a whole set of like classic classic 80s like hairband songs and, you know, songs from my childhood. So 80s, 90s, and it's all finger style guitar. And so like this one. Like what song is that? Yeah, Don't Dream It's Over. Okay, so you know I play all sort of songs like that, like this one.
I gotta tell you, there is no Southwest Detroit, or whatever
Yeah.
Steve.
If there is Southwest Detroit, we're pretty much sitting there right now.
I would say so, yeah. Because South Detroit really is Canada. It's Windsor.
It's Monroe. But yeah,
Those of us who grew up in Detroit, we really challenge Mr. Perry on his writing skills and geography.
Exactly. Okay, so anyway, so it's fun to you know, put all those old classic 80s radio songs on fingerstyle guitar. You play the melody, you play the bass, you play the chords, you do some tapping. It's kind of fun. So I put together like 12 or 15 of those and got a whole bunch of those.
Nice.
See if I can think of some others. You know, but I think what I would rather do is play another original though. Because I want to save those 80s tunes for like my live. I play at the Flying Otter throughout the summer. It's a winery. It's a local winery.
In Adrian, yeah.
In Adrian, and they just love those kind of sing-along songs, and people get up and dance, and it's pretty cool. So it's kind of part of my live set. But I also play hammered dulcimer at that show, and that's kind of fun. I do a little bluegrass thing. Okay, but I think I'll close it up with a dedication to my daughter, Vivian. And so I wrote, when Vivian was born, I got, you know, when you have a child, you end up getting a lot of like mail and advertisements for baby stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Diapers and cribs and baby toys, and I don't know whether Siri was listening to me or whether they just knew, but Target was sending me all sort of coupons. Hey, baby sale this week, and so
Hey, spend here.
spend here.
They are not one of our sponsors, though.
No,
Wait, we don't have sponsors.
we don't have sponsors. Well, we should look up a coffee sponsor. Maybe
Well,
that
yeah.
would work out.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the things that I got in the mail was write a song, and it has to be short, one note at a time, and we'll put it in a little music box, and so you wind it up and the little ballerina dancer goes around in a circle, and it
Cool.
plays the song that you wrote. Okay, and here are the parameters. It has to be 4 measures, you know, 16 beats and 4/4 time, and you have to send them a MIDI file that shows, you know, this note, that note, this note, that note, how long each note is. You send them that file, and they turn it into a music box
That's
for you.
amazing. That is amazing.
And so she was just a little baby, and so I thought, you know what? I want to play, let's see. I wrote this little melody, and was going to turn it into a music box. And so this song, you have to imagine it's like you wind up the little doot, 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 doot. The little, it has a little tiny sound. It sounds like chimes, right? And then you let it play, and then the little thing spins around, and then it slows down and slows down and gets quieter and quieter because it's just on a spring, right?
That's pretty cool.
But anyway, here's the song.
play some really beautiful stuff.
Thanks for saying that, Michael. And
You're welcome.
that was called Dedicatoria, and that was supposed to be baby song for my daughter. But now she's going to be a teenager, so it's been 13 years. Wow.
Yeah, it goes by fast. It's hard to believe my little one's 32 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
My
almost as
daughter's-
old as you are.
Yep, I'm going to be 32 again soon. But, yep, my daughter is 12 going on 18. She's just really
Yeah, I know.
mature.
It goes very fast.
It goes by fast.
You know, I'm proud of my kid, and I know you're proud of yours.
I am. And so she plays cello.
There's always room for
Okay.
cello.
There's always room for cello. Ba-dum-bum, psh. But art is really the number one thing for Vivi, and so the animations that they're drawing on the iPad and stuff are just mind-blowing. Oh my gosh.
Really?
I remember when I was a kid, trying to draw with Commander Mark on TV, like, I'm going to draw a dog, or, I'm going to draw a spaceship, and I was so bad at it, but I had fun. And then I see what Vivi is drawing, and I'm just blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, you did that? Crazy.
Yeah. Tons of talent. Tons of talent. Absolutely.
Got it. Okay, well, I think we're about to wrap up our first session of Studio C.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for tuning in and listening. And again, if you're a local musician and you want to come play a song on Studio C, the listening room, just let us know. Bye-bye.